Hello guys and welcome back to another gameplay video where today I'm going to be helping you get better at this game to get more wins, especially because Foot Champs is starting at 3 days. Another 3 days from the time I'm recording this, Foot Champs will be starting. So I'm here to try and help you out. If you enjoy this style of video and want to see more, please do leave a like. Comment any questions down below. Subscribe and I promise you will become better at this game for free across the year. That is my promise to you, so subscribe right now. If you need the cheapest FC25 coins to build your super team, then check out MMOEXP by clicking the link down below and use code JambooUK for 5% off. Okay, so as you can see, we are in the Elite Division, which is a little bit sad, I know. However, you know, it needs must, content, all that. I've actually had a bit of a stinker. We've lost a few since getting in here. However, I'm going to be playing a game. This is the team I'm currently using. Currently using a 4-3-2-1. A little bit different to the tactics I did on my channel, but still pretty similar. And basically, we're going to be going into a game, and I'm going to be giving you my live thought process. I'm an ex-pro player. Obviously, never was a pro on this particular game. I think I retired in FIFA 21, but we're still hanging out there. We're doing all right. So, gonna get into the game. Questions down below. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so at long last, it looks like I've finally managed to get into a game. We're going to follow the traditional way these videos go. Win, lose or draw. This is going up. So if I lose 8-0, you best believe this is still getting uploaded. Hopefully that doesn't happen. There is a decent chance I lose because we're in the Elite Division, but there'll still be things for you guys to learn here, not just from me, but from my opponent as well. So as you can see, everyone's going to have a pretty solid team. This isn't amazing, but it's definitely, you know, got some meta players in there for sure. We're going to get into it. So we take our kickoff. I always recycle back to one of the wing backs and just try and see if I can work something out wide. Nothing really on there, so we're going to go back into the middle, take our time with it, recycle the ball out wide, try and get into this area, go for a player lock normally, and then when I lose the ball, you'll see that I am offside trapping, which is double up on the D-pad this year. We've got to try and recover here. Unfortunate. Using that second man press, mixed in with the offside trap, mixed in with manual pressing. I've had some people asking me, you know, how I offside trap and still keep my thumbstick on the left. I never even realised how I'm doing it, but essentially, I move across my right thumb onto the left stick and then do the offside trap with my left hand. It's a bit weird, but yeah, that's how I'm doing it. We send the through ball over the top. Trigger and Sesko on a run. Musiala has that technical plus, so we're going to just abuse that because it's still very good on this game. Little drag back into the cut back towards the edge of the box here. And now I'm looking at options. Is there anything on? Tends to not really be too much on this game, sadly. But we'll try and force something. Hold up play with Sesko, unlucky, and then we get back to our trusty offside traps just to raise that line nice and high and not give the opponent anything easy. We've got to be careful here because he's got a potential through ball in behind, so we do mark that. More offside traps, we step in there, beautiful from Xavi, who is a baller by the way. Get a bit lucky there. Sprint boost with Cancelo, just try and shield the ball off. Nothing really on, so I'm going to go all the way back to the keeper. The last thing you want to do on this game is mess around too much and end up just giving them a free goal because you lose the ball with your defender, which has happened to me a lot. It's a learning process for sure on this game. It's very, very difficult to play out of the back. And you can see here, you know, against a high-level player, there's just not a lot going on in a game of FC25. It's very cagey. You know, it's very hard to break anybody down. And you have to be patient on this game. You know, if someone's sitting deep, that is really good from the opponent. Fair play. You can see there, that's that typical FC24 style goal where you boot it up towards one of your teammates. Your opponent's defender locks on for the header and there's nothing they can do about it. So Doku has won a flick on to Erling Haaland and we do find ourselves 1-0 down, sadly. We do have a switch across here. They are not as good as last year either, by the way, the switches across, and it's made it in a way, you know, better for the game, but in other ways, with how hard it is to get out the press and stuff now, it is a little bit crazy. But we'll take our time here with Davies, who it's really nice to have like a really quick fullback. We look for that pass across, technical dribbling with Neymar. You always want to try and line that up so that you've got that sweat across the goal. On that occasion, just didn't quite work out for us, but we'll take our time here. Good manual press, but we do get unfortunate. You can see I'm constantly trying to make it not easy for my opponent. I'm cutting passing lanes both manually and with that R1 second man press, just to make it as uncomfortable as possible for them. Like I say, on this game, playing the ball, from out the back is not the easiest job in the world. So if you can put pressure on your opponent, they're always going to struggle. Here, we're just going to take our time. That through ball was never going to work. Risky ball through the middle, but it did work out okay. Holding the shield in there with Sesko. If you have a player like Sesko or Haaland, you are actually just going to be able to shield the ball, which is nice. This year it works really well if you have a strong player. Just taking our time here. Driven past to the edge, trying to see if we can get something on. You can see it's very cagey, very congested, not a lot to work with at all. We do go for the sprint boost there with Sesko. You can see how he just accelerates away. Beautiful dribbling, and that is a fantastic goal. You see they're mixing in that R1 dribbling with Sesko, and we've absolutely sent his defender and played for that cutback there. That is gorgeous play. But offside traps again. And we just got to be careful here because kickoffs on this game, they are something to be scared of. Let me tell you that right now, especially against a good player. They are absolutely broken this year. And he's going to try and force the ball through the centre to Haaland. Got to give him as least time as possible. Step in there and actually press tackle. He was lining up that green finesse shot there, so it's fortunate that we were able to step in. We do have Xavi, which means we can play these ridiculous switches, and they're still actually pretty good. Coming up to sort of towards the 45th minute now. We're not going to play for that 45th just yet. It's a little bit early to be that ratty. However, I am cautious of giving my opponent sort of the next chance. We want to try and make something out of this possession. So I'm just taking my time. No need to rush anything here. We'll play the ball into the middle. You can see the opponent is also offside trapping. And it makes for a bit of a long game. Like, there is literally nothing to work with. And it makes it very, very difficult. We've got to mark this run in behind. We'll step in there with Schlotterbeck. I'm holding the jockey when defending a lot. And that is something that's going to help you out. Got to be careful here. Really, really good from Gomez. Now, for playing out the back, we just take our time. Not rushing anything, as we spoke about earlier, because if you start rushing and trying to be, you know, a little bit too nice playing out the back, things go wrong for you on this game. It's very, very difficult. So, really good there from us. Managed to get ourselves this little opening out wide. Really good step in from the opponent. Xavi has done well. But a weird half. Like, really not too much going on in terms of the attack. And it seems like I'm holding the ball a lot, which I am. But the reason for that is because there's just no gaps opening. You know, against a high-level opponent on this game, they're able to sit in deep, but also with those offside traps, and it makes it very difficult to play in and around their box. So we're going to have to find a way of breaking that down. I feel like maybe I'm going to have to catch this guy out more on the transition, perhaps a counter-attack with like an over-the-top through ball or something like that, and we'll see what we can do. But more offside traps here. Make sure that we're not giving anything away easy. And you see the high line there has won us the ball back once again. Not a bad position to be in here. I'm triggering my players on forward runs. We will get the ball out wide to Cancelo using that shielding again. Now we're looking for that killer ball now. Got someone like Neymar. I can go on both feet. Nothing really on once again. And we will turn back. Trigger the run for Cancelo. Now we're going to try and do a flick on. I went for the same sort of thing as what the opponent did. That is something very viable on this game. You chip the ball up and then you win the flick on. And they just can't mark it because it locks their striker onto the ball. It's very broken and overpowered. Taking our time. Really good press there. And this is how you sort of want to play. You see, I'm sat in quite deep when the opponent's got the ball for a prolonged period of time. But when he initially gets the ball and when he's in his half, we're doing our absolute best to not give any easy options up and just make sure that we're pressing all the lanes. You see there, the opponent went for the first time through ball, which they are back on this game because we're basically using the first FC24 patch. Good job, EA. Driven pass there from Xavi. If you have an elite passer like that, you can just spray those first time through balls and they're going to work really, really nicely for you. Take our time here. Get the ball into Musiala. We'll make use of that technical plus. Trying to look for Sesko here, as he is obviously the aerial threat that we have in this team. Break back to the edge of the box. Turn inside. Keeper movement from the opponent. Fair play. He's done well. He has done well. I just wouldn't even think to move my keeper in a position like that. But offside traps again. And this is one of those stressful games where if you have one of these in Foot Champions, you know, you're coming out of that feeling ill. Like this is brutal. He should be offside, I'm hoping. Oh my god, he actually wasn't. Moved our keeper, and then we've comfortably been able to save it. If they're ever in that position, especially when they ball roll inside like that, they're going to go for that Trivela. So you need to be moving your goalkeeper across and making sure that you're not just leaving that open, because they are grossly overpowered again on this game. Speed boost with Musiala, and now this is an opening. That is ridiculous from Adogi. I was going to say, surely it had to be a foul. Just looking back at our goal there, which was really, really nice from Sesko in the build-up. But, yeah, I mean, at this point, it's sort of one of them. I don't want to take too many risks here, because if I do, I'm aware that this opponent's very good and he's going to punish it. It's very important that we get the next goal and not give anything easy up here. But it's one of those stressful, cagey games where you're just having nightmares if you get this in champs, to be honest. We're going to take our time here. He's going to try and come out and press the ball. I've sent Neymar on a run. That is unlucky, man. If that ball goes through, we're actually in a great position. That is a foul as well. And then our opponent, it's going to be his turn to try and build up. So we're going to insta offside trap using that second man press there again as well. Covering the players in the middle. Xavi on the second man press there. Not giving anything easy up at all. You want to be in their face. When the ball's not near your box, you can afford to take more of these risks and stuff like that. We get out to Haaland really well there. This game's got a serious issue with when you're winning the ball back with tackles and it's just going back to your opponent. So that is something that makes it even harder when it comes to, you know, the pressing aspect and that side of the game, because you're just not getting rewarded for your good work, basically, which is unfortunate. But again, we win the ball back. There is literally nowhere to go. So we're going to take our time once again. I do have the long option of Sesko, which I've tried to use, and it's just not worked out at all. It's locked on to somebody else. So we're going to have to be extra careful here. Step in with Schlotterbeck, press the tackle button. Really nice stuff. I've sent Neymar on a run. At this point, I'm just trying to get the ball away. Really nice. We win it back with Alfonso. We'll play this through ball in, and we're going for similar to what we did the first goal now. We're looking for those cutback opportunities. Really nice dribbling there. We have Xavi, who's ideal for that. Went for some little intricate play there. Didn't quite work out for us. But you can see the way we're playing here, it's very sort of safe and reliable, and it's what you're going to see the top players doing. You do take risks when necessary, and when you're against players that are not at this high level, you're going to rip them apart playing like this, because we're being pretty, you know, safe in possession for the most part. And every time we get the ball, you know, we're at least getting into their half and adding some sort of threat. Sprint boost there with Neymar. That is absolutely ridiculous. We're going to go for that player lock, cut the ball back. Oh, it's unlucky. It's so unlucky. Got to be careful of the transition here. I'm following the run of Messi. He's probably going to try and cut back inside. Offside trap here. Make sure that that Haaland is offside. That is a beautiful, beautiful offside trap. Take our time here. We don't want anything silly now, because we're approaching sort of the end of the game. want to go for that wide switch because I'm looking at the radar and I do have an option out there. So we're going to go for that. That's beautiful. Oh, that's unlucky. It's a good press from the opponent. And we're actually in big, big, big trouble here. We're going to have to get across. Schlotterbeck, take a bow. That is absolutely insane from you. We're going to get the ball out wide, sending Musiala on that run. We hit him with a driven pass, going for the sprint boost now. Another sprint boost into Sesko. Finesse shot. Oh, it's unlucky. We do have a corner, which I believe is our first of the game. It might be. We're going to recycle that back, whip it in towards Sesko. Okay. Apparently not. I don't know what happened there. We've got to be careful now because it is going to be the last chance of the game. The opponent could win that flick on, and now we are in absolutely all sorts of trouble. Opponent wins it. We brought the keeper out early there, which was the right thing to do. If we gave him more time, we could have been in serious trouble. Got to stop a cross from coming in here. Just making sure we're marking the edge of the box. Second man press and manual pressing needed in these areas. Do not give anything easy up. Well, it's the 90th minute. You know, it happens. It definitely happens. It's a tough one to take, man. You just see in the 90th, like, it just opens up for your opponent. It's crazy. I feel like we're there. And we just don't get the block. That's sad, man. But this was a high-level game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I stick to my word, man. Win, lose or draw, this is going up. I want you guys to learn from everything that happens. Appreciate you watching. Any questions, comment down below. I'll catch you on the next one. And peace.